am such a believer in handwritten letters. Pilot Pen is actually our season-long partner because I love handwritten letters so much. Our world is more digital than ever, which makes physical letters more important and special than ever. This next story proves just that. Meet Amy and Dana. They met at summer camp, but lost touch, and they reconnected on Facebook. But it wasn't until Dana's son had cancer that Amy wrote her a handwritten letter, and it led to more letters, and their friendship was renewed. It also sparked a project that connected hundreds of other people, but we're going to get to that later. Please welcome Dana and Amy, everybody.
Thank you.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, you look beautiful. I saw you on the lobby on the way in, and I was like, God, they look beautiful. I love the colors. So you were camp counselors. Is that how y'all met?
That's how we met. We were at Camp Olympia in Trinity, Texas, and we spent, we probably spent 2 weeks together. And you know how you just make a connection with somebody?
Yeah, right away.
We both have huge personalities.
Yeah.
And then so it was like, bang. Yeah. We had a great time. And then...
I would love y'all. Okay.
Yeah. We walked away and we spent the next 30 years doing life totally apart. And I always had her name kind of kicking around in my head and wondered what happened to her. I get on Facebook just like everybody else. I was like, boom, there's Dana. And so I friend request her. I found out right away she has 5 kids, 4 girls, and the youngest, Parker, her only son, and he has, I found out he had cancer. Yeah. And so we messaged back and forth. I was like, I'm praying for you, thinking about you. And then when he relapsed, it was like a bolt from God out of the sky. It was like, you know what? I'm a writer. I'm gonna start writing them letters. So the whole thing kicked off when I started to write Dana and Parker letters at the Ronald McDonald House in Memphis.
Oh, wow. What was your experience like just hearing from her out of nowhere?
Well, first of all, I was kind of surprised because we had not seen her, besides Facebook here and there in so many years. But then I was so touched because Parker and I got a lot of support and gifts and things like that. Yeah. But the difference with Amy is that she kept writing. She kept writing us week after week. And Parker was like, who is this woman? And I'm like, oh, someone Dad and I worked with at a camp years ago. And he's like, how cool, though, that she thinks enough of us to write us every week. Yeah. So she continued that. And Parker fought a very brave battle. He never complained. And our worst day happened in January of 2015. And so we went home, and there was a letter in the mail, and the next week a letter, and the next week a letter. Amy continued to write me. So finally, I wrote her back, and it was just such a great thing. We became pen pals. I was able to share my grief in a safe space, and it wasn't just myself that started looking forward to her letters. My family would say, did it come yet? Every week. It just made such a difference. She still writes me every single week.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm trying not to cry. Okay, wait, Amy, so you had an epiphany from this, so what was it?
Well, this free space was created between the two of us where I did a lot of sharing too, and it just impacted me profoundly. And I was like, you know what? If I can have this one random girl in Louisiana, this one Facebook friend just blow up my life, what else is out there? Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna write all the 580 of these people. So I don't know that I thought I was really gonna do it.
Wait, 580 what people? Where'd you get that number?
Facebook friends.
Oh, that's how many friends you have on Facebook?
That's what I had.
Oh my God, okay. I'm like, I'm not on, so I don't know. But I'm just like, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, it was a lot. So I put all the names in a box.
A lot of pen and paper, man.
Yeah. I started pulling those names out, and it just blew up my life because, I wrote to a girl who helped me when my grandmother died. I wrote to my 7th grade band friend. I wrote to a guy I dated in college. I wrote to a girl I danced with at a wedding, Yeah. And then all these people that just were names on a list, I was like, you know what it really is? I'm connected to this treasure full of amazing people, and there's just so much hope in that.
Yeah, and connecting with people in those relationships, that's really what life is about. The older we get, we realize it's that simple, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and that connection is so cool. And so the letters turned into even more writing, so tell us about the book.
Right, well, I was about 3/4 through writing the 600 letters, and I was like, you know what, we got a special story here with so much hope in it. I was like, I'm gonna write a book. Yeah. And so the book is called Dear Dana. That time I went crazy and wrote all 580 of my Facebook friends' letter. The longest subtitle in history.
That's the most amazing title.
And so it takes those 2 narratives. So it takes Dana and I's story, and a lot of Dana's words are in it, our pen paling at the beginning, and then it runs the Facebook letter story through that. Yeah. And we went on a book tour this summer, go on a book tour with your best friend, 17 different cities. Yeah. And one of the best things was people showed up over and over again, Facebook friends, people of that 580, with their letter in pristine condition. They're like they were a rock star because they had this letter, and they kept them in special places. And it's just another illustration how something like a deliberate act, like a handwritten letter, can really can change someone's life.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we shared this story with Pilot, makers of Friction, the go-to erasable pen of the Kelly Clarkson Show, and they love celebrating those who create fearlessly. And if handwriting 580 letters isn't that, I don't know what it is. So Pilot wanted to do something to honor Parker, so they are making a $5,000 donation to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in his name. Yeah. It's a hard thing I can't even imagine going through, but I do love that something beautiful came out of it and something positive that is connected to Parker, you know? So that will go on forever, which is beautiful.